Hey guys, what's up? This is Jason from Yeastar training team. Well, today we're going to talk about the maintenance of our S-Series VoIP PBX. And we still get a few features left, for example, like recordings. So let's talk about the recording first. You can find the recording on the PBX category right over here, and let's go for the recording directly. Right over here, you will see the first part of it will be the storage location, all right? When I click on storage locations, the system will automatically transfer the page to the storage page. You can see here. And currently, you will find out here we got a list. It will actually just mentions that our storage status. Because I don't have the additional storage devices, so you can see here is not inserted. But about the local flash storage is totally available right over here. And we could start the configure right over here. You can check your status of your local storage. And you can make a selection for the specific area. For example, for CDR, you can choose your local, or if you have your additional devices, you can choose it for it. Or you can set for your recordings, for logs, for voicemail. That's totally available. And the most important thing here is about the auto cleanup. Perhaps you want to know that if we keep so many recordings in the system and maybe it's overload, so how can we handle that issue? Well, it's okay because we have the auto cleanup. You can go to the auto cleanup, set a limitation for the system. So once the recording reaches that limitation, the system will start the auto cleanup, and it will work for CDR, work for voicemail, and recordings. Of course, the log is totally available. All right, now let's get back to recordings. Click recording setting. Now we get back. All right, so here we go. The first part will be enable recording internal calls. We have an option right over here. You can disable it or you can enable it. The system default setting would be disable it, because we know that sometimes we try to record things, but we don't want to record our internal phone calls. Basically, it's not so helpful for us to record internal calls, and it's not so necessary. So default setting is disabled, but it's okay if you want to activate it. And the outbound and inbound calls, of course, that's the target. That's the purpose why we have the recording. So we will need to select the prompt for our clients, just to inform them, just to inform our colleagues that we're going to try to record this calls. That's actually very important. I mean, think about it. If you are trying to record the conversation secretly, maybe there's going to be a trouble for you. Maybe it's not so legal. It's probably an illegal issue. So you don't want to have any legal trouble. Definitely you need to inform your clients, just to tell them that you're going to try to start recording during the conversation. All right, so you can choose a prompt. So as for the prompt, you can record it by yourself, of course. All right, and the next part will be record chunks. You can select the exact chunk. So for example, currently I have two chunks has been selected, the FXO and the E1. So which means if somebody make phone calls to our company, or when we make phone calls to outside through this two trunk, well, those calls will be completely recorded. And for example, here on my right hand here, I get two chunks is already existed on my right hand list here. It's already selected. So that means if I make phone calls or I receive a phone call from outside, or I call somebody else, through those two chunks will be completely recorded. All right. That's actually very easy to understand. And we can also record extensions. So I can make a selection here. So maybe I can select the exact destination extension. So maybe I take 1020 and 1021. So these two extensions, when they have phone calls, it will be completely recorded. And we can also record our conference. So if somebody have a meeting on the conference room, so it will also be recorded. And just click on save. don't forget to apply. Next time, if people have phone calls, it will be recorded. Okay, so that would be the recording issue for us. And the next thing here would be the user permission. I think is very important. Have a check here. So what is user permission? Currently, my identity for this system is the administrator, which means I can do whatever I want for the modification, for the maintenance, for the troubleshooting, whatever I want, all right? So think about this. If our administrator currently is not available, maybe he's got a business trip. So anyway, he's just not available for maintenance for the telephone system. And coincidentally, maybe we have over 30 extensions should be added to the system. Maybe we just have 30 new employees, 30 freshmen, and we need to help them activate the extensions. So facing that kind of issue, perhaps there's going to be no one to do that part of work, to do that part of the job. So we will need a helper for the administrator. Well, it's okay. We can go to the user permission here. We click on add. So we can add the specific person. Maybe we take 1000 as the helper. All right. And we can choose the privilege for him. We can take administrator, which means he will have the same privilege as the administrator, which means all the things he can do for the PBX, for the telephone system. Or we can choose custom, which means nothing has been selected. So we need to select it by ourselves. So for example, we want him to be the helper, help us handle extension issues. So I just need to activate extensions. And I click save. So next time, the 1000, he can access the system by his user information, of course. Well, when he accesses the system by using his private user information, and he will see there is two part of settings he can do. One is his personal, his private settings about extension 1000, and another part will be all the extensions in the system. He can do it. All right, so that's the way how we make use of this user permission. All right, the next part, let's talk about the event center. So what is event center? Well, we know that this is a telephone system, so if sometimes something wrong, something happened on the telephone system, we do want to be informed. That's very important. So here we go. This would be the event center. Let's check the event center. First part will be event settings. You will see here we got numerous events which are completely concerned about our telephone system status. For example, like a SMS to email failed, whatever. So all of those informations are completely concerned about our telephone system issue, both physically or software, whatever, all of those issues. So we can choose record. If we active record, like user login success. So if I active record, it will be recorded right down here, the event log. You will find the recording here. Okay, and you can also activate notification. So if I activate notification, that means if something happened, if the user login failed, it will be notified. We will be notified. So who's going to be the notified person? We can choose notification contacts right over here. We can add a person, for example, like 1000, and I can choose the notification method. Email, short message, call extension, or call mobile. Okay, so I click on save. Now I get back. And here I can choose the notification. Okay, so here we can also set the added notification. That will be the template for us if we try to notify the person by email, by short message. So definitely we need a template. Make sure that our telephone system can send the correct message to the person, to the contact person. So here would be the template. Well, basically we don't need to change this part, as you can see. That will be the basic template. Well, you can actually change the language. For example, here is English mentioned that user login failed. You can use your own language to change this part of the information, or you can also change the subject. All right. And here will be the contacts. You can choose how would you like to inform that contact person. It's actually very easy. And about the event log, let's have a check. For example, here I get a SIP trunk registration associate failed. I get something wrong with it. So here is completely recorded here. It's totally recorded by the event log. You can check all those details information here. And you can also use the search machine here. The searching machine here, you can search those events by the type or by items. And of course, you can choose a duration to start your searching. All right, so that would be the event settings. And one more thing here would be the CDR. So we were talking about recordings, something like that. So here we have a CDR. Just go for CDR. You can find it on the table here, and you can see the first part would be the searching machine. You can search your CDR and recordings by duration, by the destination, and of course you can by the status, whatever you want. You can start search, and after that here the downside here will be the list for you to check your recordings and your CDRs if you have. Well, currently I don't have it, so here's nothing. It's a blank. But if you have it, you will have all the details information here. You can delete them, you can download them, you can do whatever you want. Okay. Okay, now let's check about the maintenance. It will be very easy to find here. Just click on it, you will have it. So the first part of maintenance will be the upgrade. That will be very important, will be very basic for any kind of software system. All right. So we currently, here you can see we got two methods for the upgrading. You can upgrade your system manually, or you can upgrade your system automatically. So about the manually upgrade, you can choose here. You can choose browsing file, which means you can upload your updates from your local storage, or you can choose download from TFTP server or HTTP server. So you just need to enter the details information and you can click on download. All right, that will be very easy. And here you can also see you might want to make a backup before upgrade. Here we get a notification. That was very nice of it. It's kind of like, you know, notification, very important information because you're going to start your upgrade. So we just don't want you to make any mistake. Inform you that you need a backup before upgrade. Okay. And you can also start the automatic upgrade, of course. Click on check for new firmware. Wait for a while, it will start checking and make sure you get the latest version. And you can also choose never for checking. All right, so that means you don't want to start any kind of updates, or you can check for updates and just to inform you whether you're gonna upgrade the system. And of course you can set it automatically. Just make a schedule here, so the system will follow the schedule, automatically upgrade the system. Okay, so this part would be the upgrade, very easy. And the next one will be backup and restore. So about backup and restore, you can click on backup. Let's have a check here. The first one will be the file name. So you can change the name, but basically I don't suggest you to change the name. Have a check here. This name will actually include your model and your firmware version, plus your date and time. That's actually very basic. And if you want to make a recognition here, you can drop something on the memo to make sure you will recognize it next time. All right. And choose the location type. So where exactly would you like to keep your backup? If you have additional devices, it will be shown here. All right. And here you can choose the backup file. System default setting, it will just never activate call logs because we don't think that's so necessary. So if you want it, you can activate by yourself and just click on save. So system will do that backup for you. And if you want to have a restore, so you can just click upload and select your backup file. Then you just upload it. So you will have your backup backup file being restored. Okay, and next will be the reboot. So sometimes we do some kind of notification, but it never takes effect. So perhaps we can start a rebooting work for it to make sure that all those modifications will take effect. Just click on reboot, so you will make it. Or you can make a schedule for automatic reboot. And reset, of course. You click on reset, everything will get back to 0. Okay, keep going. Here's the system log. So system log will tell you everything in detail about, for example, like information, like notice, like warning, like error, whatever you want. You can actually set your system log here. So scrolling down a little bit, here is the list for you to check your system log. It's actually very helpful for us if we have some trouble. And of course, the operation log is right over here. If sometimes, when we're not sure about what exactly happened on the system, maybe something wrong with it, and we just want to check about our own operation, so we can check the operation log just to tell us what exactly happened for our operation. Okay, the last important thing would be troubleshooting. 4 parts of troubleshooting. First one will be Ethernet capture tool. So Ethernet capture tool, very practical. It will help us to start detection about our Ethernet. We can start detect our LAN port. So you can just make a selection here, and you can enter the IP address or port, or you can just ignore it. It's okay. Click on start. Wait for a while. That would be kind of like the oscillation in the hospital for patients, so the doctors can do something like the oscillation. So this will be the similar job. And we wait for a while, click on stop, and just download it. So we will have the report. This will be the report for the, the oscillation, all right? So we show in the folder, you can find that file, and you will need to do only one thing. Just transfer that data package to your tech support. They're going to help you to do the analyze, and they will tell you what exactly happened on your Ethernet. And next one will be the port monitor tool. So sometimes if we're not sure about if we have something wrong with our FXO port, we have something wrong with it. So we can use this tool. Click on start, wait for a while. It's going to be the same job, and click on stop. Just download it. We will have another package. Hand that package to the tech support. They will help you to do the, analyze. And of course, we have IP pane here. You just need to enter the host name, the destination, and you can start. it. Wait for a while. You just click stop. Here will generate the result. And of course, last one will be traceroute. It will be something similar. It will just help us to see what exactly happened in the local network to make sure that all of our data package is transferring, is actually transferring correctly. And here, anyway, here we will generate the result of it. Okay, so that was all for the maintenance. And one last thing about S-Series PBX, the very specific feature would be here. Go to the general menu, you will find we get an App Center. Okay, before I talk about the App Center, I would like to ask you guys to think about one question that, how would you guys download games and softwares on your cell phone? That's actually a very easy question, very easy to answer. Think about it. If we're trying to download games or applications on the cell phone, basically we just need to access our Google Play on the Android phone or App Store on the iPhone. So App Store and Google Play will be the open platform for us to download those resources. Well, get back to the S-Series VoIP PBX. The App Center will be something similar like that, but the difference is we're not going to use the App Center to download games, right? So we definitely need to use the App Center be as the open platform for us to download some specific feature, some specific functions, or some specific software. And those softwares are specifically made for some solutions. Have a check here. For example, if we're trying to use LDAP server, yes, you can download it. So next time you could check all your client's details information from your IP phone directly. You don't have to check your computer, your Excel anymore. And you can have auto provisioning, which I've actually mentioned before. We can have our extensions automatically matched with our telephone system. And we can have our conference panel, so when we have the conference, we can check the status of the conference. That will be very convenient for us. And the link us. If we download the link us, that's a very awesome solution for our for the mobility extension. So no matter where you are in the world, basically you just make your cell phone become one of your mobility extension. Just make sure your cell phone is connected with the internet. You will always be connected with your telephone system. That's pretty awesome, right? And if we're handling an issue for a hotel system, we have a solution here. We got a hotel software. So we can download this app on the PBX. And simultaneously, we can use our PBX as the telephone system, of course, and we can use the hotel app to be the management system for the hotel system, which means we can handle our hotels, room service, minibar, billing, all of those issues could be handled. That's a very awesome solution. And we have VPN server, so which will help you to create your own VPN network. Except for that, we have some specific feature for call center like billing system, just help us to control our fees. And we have Qmetrics Live, so that will be the tool for us to start the integration with Qmetrics. And of course, the last one will be the chart. So if we have a big hotel, we need a PMS system. So by using chart, you can start integrate with your PMS system. Very easy, organically. So that sounds pretty awesome, right? So that would be the App Center. That's a totally open platform you can access right over here. Will be a very, very efficient solution for the vertical users, especially for vertical users. Okay guys, that was all for our Yeastar Certified Technician training. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully to see you guys in the future.